Hi guys, welcome to week 11 and how to overcome road hurdles and roadblocks. So we're all going to work hard and achieve balance, but what happens when our balance gets disrupted? What happens when we're in a good routine, a good rhythm, everything's going well and we're really happy with the way that we're moving and the rate of progress that we're getting, and then all of a sudden something comes up. A family emergency, illness, an injury, work commitment, family commitment. This is all normal. These things definitely 100% happen. They're unavoidable. Even professional athletes, even my professional athletes will have stuff that pops up. How do you deal with that? Well, the average beginner or intermediate athlete will normally allow that to totally derail all their efforts. Something will pop up, they'll think, oh my God, this can't happen. It's going as it used to, I'm going back to my old ways. I can't manage everything, I can't keep up with everything, I'm gonna drop it all, and obviously that health and fitness journey just wasn't for me. And they get totally roadblocked and they go back to square one, and then 6 months later they come back in from the bottom of their health, they're at a very trough point, and then they come back in motivated trying to make it all work again. But how should you deal with these circumstances? How should you deal with these events? Let's have a look at that today and see if we can help you achieve continuous linear progression throughout the rest of your life with your health and your weight loss. So these events, they're inevitable, they're unavoidable, they're gonna happen. So what do? Well, think of yourself as having a 100% attention span, a 100% energy output, a 100% focus. And every aspect of your life requires a certain amount, a certain level of this energy or your focus. So your family might take 10% of your focus, your health and fitness might take 10% of your focus, your work might take 30% of your focus. Whatever your percentages are, whatever your ratios are, whatever the factors in your life are that take your time and energy, these will require a certain amount, and you only have a certain amount of output that you can give to these factors. So you may have created balance and it might all be portioned out perfectly, and then all of a sudden something comes in, a family emergency, a work emergency, something like that comes in, bang, and requires more of your attention. What people tend to do is completely drop health and fitness. This is the first thing that gets dropped. You see this a lot with busy executive and busy parents. They'll apply everything to the other areas and completely drop health and fitness because it can wait. They think it can wait, it doesn't matter as much, or it's what they're inbuilt into their head. They think, oh well, I can drop this, I can handle that. So this new event or this new purpose or this new focus requires a certain amount of energy, and they just completely drop their health and fitness. And it's not about completely dropping health and fitness, it's about reapplying attention, reapplying your focus. So you just need to take a certain set amount, a small amount from every other factor. Or you may look at everything and go, I can drop 10% off my fitness, 5% off work, I can ask my boss if I can finish a couple hours early on a Friday. Whatever it is, redistribute your energy, your output and your focus so that you can deal with this new factor. Don't completely drop health and fitness and then come back to it 6 months later when you've lost all your results. It's just about redistributing your energy and your focus. Think of it as taking your foot off the accelerator just a little bit. Don't remove your foot completely from the health and fitness accelerator. Just adjust. So you may end up not being able to go to the gym, not having time to go to the gym, and you may want to work out at home. Or you might want to drop your nutritional compliance by 5 or 10% to save you a bit more time. Whatever this redistribution is, make sure that you're only readjusting and you're not fully dropping. So for instance, when I go working away for work, I might drop my 6 days a week training to 4 to allow me more time to recalibrate, and I drop my nutritional compliance from 95% down to 85%. Whatever the readjustment is, it allows me to continue making progress long term, and that's what this is about. Most of us can still get results or even maintain by dropping our focus off a little bit from our health and nutrition. It's when we drop it completely, that's when we start going back. If there's no volume and no stimulus to maintain the muscle mass that we've grown, then that's going to drop off if you leave it all together. If your nutritional compliance rates goes completely out the window, your body's going to adjust and it's going to drop right off again. So you want to make sure that you're just recalibrating and refocusing your attention. And what we can do to make sure that our readjustment or redistribution of focus is adequate is, again, in our weekly reviews. We can review how did last week go? Did everybody get the attention that they needed? Was I happy with my efforts and progress in the gym? Do I need to recalibrate? Do I need to readjust, this refocus, this recalibration? Do I need to give a little bit more to my health and fitness? Do I need to give a little bit more to my family? Do I need to give a little bit more to my career? So just recalibrate every week. So an activity that I do is I sit down every week with my diary when I'm doing my review, and I'll look at everything. Where did my time go? What did I waste time on? What can I automate? What can I systemize? What can I drop? What needs more of my time? Do this every Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, 7 or 8 o'clock, I sit down and do this and make sure that my focus and energy distribution is adequate and in the right areas. When we do go through a period where you're dropping off and you're dropping a little bit of your attention, so right now you might be going full steam into health and fitness, but it's not always about right now. If something comes up like a family death or you have to apply a bit more time to your job, just look at it as a microcycle. It's a small phase of the year. It's not the be all and end all. Don't forget, we're looking for long-term health and fitness. So it's about what we can achieve long-term. So just because right now you're struggling to be as compliant as you want to be, you're not being as good as you were through this training program, that doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're still keeping up, you're still applying the time and attention to it. Right now, or whenever this hurdle pops up, an injury or illness, whatever it is, for this short period, just view it as a microcycle. For this next 2 months, 1 month, 3 months, I'm gonna have to drop a little bit of my time and a focus away from training, but it's just for a short period. It's just for this microcycle. And then after that, I'll be in a position where I can apply more. And then after that, a little bit more. But then I know it's Christmas, so I'm gonna drop off a little bit. But it doesn't mean that you have to stop. It's just that one microcycle, that even macro cycle, a little bit bigger cycle. But it's where we are averages. The body adapts to what it perceives to be the average. So if you're dropping your attention by 20% for a prolonged period, then you're gonna reflect that. Your body's gonna reflect that. But it's okay to do it for a short period, as long as there's a period where we can plan. Again, in our weekly reviews, we can do our planning as we look forward. If we're planning, then we can come out of it. We can say, right now, for the next month, I'm only gonna be able to train 4 times, and I'm probably gonna be 80% compliant to my nutrition. But I know at the end of the month, I'm gonna be able to give more time and attention to my training, and I'll come back out of this. So it's cycles. It's not the be all and end all where you are right now. Think of this as a long term. And I'm exactly the same. There'll be periods where I'm really busy at work and my health and nutrition drop off a little bit. But I'll plan it in and I'll see it. And the next month, I'll be a bit quieter. And then I can go a bit harder with my training and nutrition. I can be a bit more compliant, but then I'm gonna get busy again, it's gonna drop off. But it's moving forward over the long term, over the long cycle of the year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I'm getting fitter and healthier as I go. The body adapts to the averages, so what you're doing right now is going to reflect, but think of it as long term. Don't look at where you are compared to last week or last month. Look at where you were compared to last year. And if you're getting better over the long haul, then that's what we want to achieve. So think of everything as long haul. As long as we're progressing forward, it doesn't matter if we go through times where we're dropping back a little bit. As long as we're moving forward long term. And before we sign off on today's video, I just want to leave you with a statement that is very, very prominent with me, and I always remember this when I'm going through a period where my training and nutrition have to back off a little bit, or my life is going through a busy period. Smooth waters never made a skilled sailor. So it's good to get these knockbacks, these hurdles, these blocking points, these things that come into our life and disrupt us, because it teaches us how to adapt and move forward. And once you've overcome 1 or 2 or 3, I know some people get a lot more disruption in their life than others, it makes you more skilled. Learn from these times of hardship, learn from the times of trouble and the times of hardship, and you can move forward. And the next time you're faced with one or you're confronted with one of these things, you can deal with it a lot better, and you can move forward with less disruption, less steps backwards. So make the most of every bad situation. Everything that happens in this world is neutral. It's only how you perceive it which determines whether it's good or bad. So if an injury or an illness comes in, there's something to be learned from that. Take the good from it, learn from it, and make sure that you're stronger for next time. Right guys, that's us signing off for today's lecture. I hope you're really getting into these lessons. I hope you're really taking note. I know we're getting to the end of the program, but this is a big push. I want you to apply your focus and your attention to everything that we're talking about, and I'll look forward to talking to you at the end of the week. Peace out.